So for the past couple of months, I've been getting a lot of requests to do Xbox One rapid fire mods for people, and more often than not, I have time to do them, but sometimes I just can't find the time and they have to wait and whatnot. So I figured it would be the perfect time to maybe take this Xbox One rapid fire thing to the next level. So I went ahead and I designed my own Xbox One rapid fire chip right here. It measures in less than an inch by an inch. It's actually really small. So the idea is to just fit it into a rumble motor housing. And it will fit. You can also place it elsewhere too if you have a rock candy controller. It can go right on the back like you see here. And basically this right here will replace this setup right here, which is just a circuit mounted on a piece of perf board. So this right here replaces this and makes it a lot smaller. Now I figured I could either, I have like two options here. I could sell this as a kit, maybe throw in all the parts with it, and send it off to people and they could solder it up, learn how to solder, and then solder it to their own controllers. Or I can still do the soldering and stuff myself and just throw this in controllers that are sent to me. So basically there's two options there. And then what this video is, it's basically an outreach for feedback. If you guys would be interested in something like this, I could maybe order more boards, get more components on hand, and start selling the kits for really cheap. Or I can still offer the service of installing them myself. So basically this is a two birds, one stone kind of scenario. But yeah, this is a through-hole version of my design that I have mounted on here. I kind of consolidated a lot of stuff. I changed the values of components to kind of fit a smaller form factor, and I just got this board in today. And while I got this one in today, it took about like a week, I think, to receive. And yesterday I went ahead and designed and sent out for a surface mount variant, which will actually be this size right here, which as you can see is a lot smaller than the through-hole version. So there's a few options here. I have 3 boards coming in for the surface mount, and if this kind of kicks off, I think I'll install the surface mount versions myself and sell the through hole, and maybe sell the surface mount as well to anyone who wants to learn how to surface mount solder. It's not really that hard, but if you don't have the skill set, it's going to be a challenge. So let's take a closer look at this board here. So we're up close with the chip now, and you can see it's really simple. It measures in really small as well. And you can see that there is a 555 timer spot, 4 resistors, a capacitor up top, 2 transistors, and 4 hookup pads. Everything that requires soldering here will actually be really easy. There's going to be 3 1K resistors on this side, 2.2K over here, 2 2N 3904 transistors, and a 47 microfarad capacitor. That's straightforward. And these are the hookup pads right here. You can see they are marked with a plus sign, a minus sign, and a number 1 and number 2. So basically how this works is you solder positive and negative to the positive and negative power of your controller. That differs from controller to controller, but we'll cover that in this video later on. And you have 1 and 2. That is just the output pads, basically. So you have 1 and 2 that offers dual mod. You can use 1 or 2 to do a single mod, or you can use 2 to do a dual mod. How this works is quite simple. I'll be showing you how you solder it up later, but it just takes the signal from your controller and grounds it through these transistors, and thus gives you the rapid fire mod. Works very simple. Like, I'm actually really pleased with this design. So let's go ahead and solder this guy up. So the circuit is all soldered up. I got 2 power wires on it as well. It's looking really pretty on that Osh Park purple. So let's see if we're getting these signals on my oscilloscope, which is right there. I'll go ahead and kill my lights a bit so we can see the oscilloscope a little bit better. And a little fuzzy, but whatever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to probe the pin 3 of the timer, that is the output. Let me see if I can get this in frame as well. Kinda. And there's our square wave. So the timer's working. Let's make sure it's running over to these 2 resistors. And it's working there as well. And let's just check the base of the transistors. And it's working there as well, which is really cool. So now we can solder this into an Xbox One controller and see how well it performs. There we go. I have the one Xbox One controller taken apart right here. I moved the right rumble motor. It is the smallest motor that I've taken out, and I want to show you just exactly how this chip is going to fit inside the controller before I just hook it up to test. So basically, you just want to take it and put the 2 transistors pointing down, and as you can see, it just clears the plastic there, and this shell right here will snap right over it, and there is no impact there, so it fits perfectly. I'm actually replacing this shell soon because it got a little bit dinged up. So that's going to happen. So this is kind of an ugly shell. But anyways, I'm just going to hook up this chip real quick to this Xbox One controller just to see if it works. Then I'm going to finalize the mod later on once I get the new shell and all that fun stuff. But for right now, we're just going to test it out. Okay, so I have the mod chip soldered to the board. I just tapped into the 5 volts coming in from the USB because that's where I'm going to be testing it from. I got the ground wire right here on the left and 5 volts coming in off that little cap right there. So I'm just going to take this output wire and touch it to the output pin on the Hall effect sensor when I have the game running, and we should get a rapid fire. Okay, so let me touch these 2 wires together and we will see the rapid fire. You can see it's really fast. And really good. So let's switch over to a pistol. Alright, so the chip works really well. So let me know in the comments below what you think of selling this as a kit. And also, thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys subscribe for more. I do want to post a video of the service mount variant of this chip. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you again for watching.